Hello everyone. In our daily lives, we can see a wide variety of plants everywhere, and the content of various literary works often revolves around plants. For example, among the 305 poems in the Book of Songs, plants are mentioned in 135 of them. What is the relationship between plants and us humans? Today, let's walk into the world of green life and explore its mysteries. Next, we will primarily share from three aspects: the diversity of plants and Chinese vegetation, the role of plants in nature and daily life, and the methods of learning this course. According to the Two Kingdoms system proposed by Linnaeus, plants are divided into two major categories: lower plants and higher plants. Plants in nature are diverse, totaling about 500,000 species, specifically categorized into 7 groups: algae, fungi, lichens, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. China's plant resources are extremely rich. It is the origin of many plants in the world. China has over 30,000 species of seed plants, ranking third in the world, and its woody plants account for 40% of the world's total. There are 13 families of gymnosperms worldwide, comprising about 700 species. China alone has 12 families and 250 species, making it the country with the most gymnosperms in the world. China has nearly 2,000 species of wetland and terrestrial ornamental garden plants and is renowned as the mother of gardens worldwide. The diversity of plants is mainly reflected in their distribution across the Earth. Plants are widely distributed on Earth, from tropical rainforests to frozen plateaus, from Antarctica to the Arctic, from plains to high plateaus, from oceans to land, and even in extremely arid deserts. Even exposed rocks are inhabited by pioneer plants like lichens. Lichens can promote rock weathering and contribute to soil formation. Diversity in plant morphology and structure. Some plants are tiny, composed of single cells, such as chlorella, while others are multicellular thalli, such as Spirogyra. Some plants are only 2 to 3 centimeters tall, like bryophytes. Others, like the giant sequoia, can exceed 100 meters in height and are known as the world's largest trees. There are also banyan trees in southern China that can form a forest on their own, with enormous canopies covering an area equivalent to a football field. Diversity in plant nutritional modes. In the plant kingdom, most plants contain chlorophyll, can perform photosynthesis to produce organic matter, and are called green plants or autotrophs. However, there are also some non-green plants that cannot make their own nutrients, called heterotrophic plants. For example, dodder has reduced leaves, cannot perform photosynthesis, but can parasitize plants like soybeans, relying on Haustoria to directly absorb nutrients from the host plant, making it a parasitic plant. Another example is the ghost plant, known as the corpse flower, which lacks chlorophyll entirely, is white, never performs photosynthesis, and obtains nutrients from decaying plants, making it a saprophytic plant. There are also more familiar edible fungi, such as wood ear, oyster mushroom, and tremella, which grow on decaying wood and also belong to saprophytic plants. Diversity in plant life cycles. Some bacteria can live for as little as 30 minutes before producing a new individual. Annual plants like impatiens and biennial plants like wheat take 1 or 2 growing seasons, respectively, to complete their life cycle. Other plants can live for many years, such as chrysanthemums, citrus, and ginkgo. Diversity in plant reproduction methods. There are 3 types of plant reproduction: spore reproduction, seed reproduction, and vegetative reproduction. Bryophytes and pteridophytes produce spores and use them for reproduction. For example, there are many sori on the underside of the fertile fronds of the sword fern. Seed plants, including gymnosperms and angiosperms, primarily rely on seeds to reproduce, known as seed reproduction. Some plants can be propagated through vegetative organs, such as cuttings of rose stems and succulent leaves, grafting of cucumbers, and layering and tissue culture of boxwood. The role of plants in nature and daily life. Firstly, plants are the primary producers in nature, or autotrophs, meeting their own nutritional needs as green plants and sustaining the survival of non-green plants, animals, and humans. Through photosynthesis, plants synthesize inorganic matter into organic matter, and through decomposition, they break down organic matter back into inorganic matter, maintaining the balance of material cycles on Earth. Plants can also protect the environment by regulating temperature, conserving soil and water, and purifying the air. At the same time, they provide humans with clothing, food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. As a major agricultural country, agriculture is the foundation of the national economy, and plants are an indispensable material basis for human life and production. Facing a series of major challenges related to human survival and development, such as disease threats and food shortages, solutions largely depend on plant science. For example, Tu Youyou from China won the first Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for a Chinese scientist in 2015 for her discovery of artemisinin from Artemisia annua, a drug that can effectively reduce the mortality rate of malaria patients. This has made tremendous contributions to the scientific and technological innovation of traditional Chinese medicine and to global health. And we are all familiar with the father of hybrid rice, Yuan Lomping. During an era when China had a large population base, low per capita arable land share, and backward agricultural production technology, he developed hybrid rice, which tripled China's grain production, fighting the global food crisis single-handedly and enabling many people to escape hunger. He has made enormous contributions to the food security of China and the world. I hope we will continue to pursue the dream of enjoying cool shade under rice plants and the dream of hybrid rice covering the world and continue to strive and forge ahead. Finally, the methods for learning this course. First, maintain a positive and proactive attitude and cultivate interest, as this is the prerequisite for learning. Second, use dialectical thinking to grasp the internal connections between pieces of knowledge. Third, emphasize practice and experimentation, integrating theory with practice to solve practical problems. Fourth, learn about new achievements, trends, and developments through multiple channels, such as by reading more journals and magazines. Finally, besides offline resources, online resources are also very rich. Platforms like Xuexitang, Xueshi Qianghua, and public accounts allow you to recharge anytime and anywhere, keeping up with the latest developments, research, and trends in plants, thereby expanding your knowledge base. That's all for today's sharing. Thank you.